Yes. We're back with another episode of Fire Radio, where we give you the best music and the best vibe, as well as the good conversations. So, on this Sunday, the first thing that I would like to do is to send a shout out to those who have been checking out the Fire Session and the Fire Radio page. And I would also like to give an honorary mention to one of my friends, which is GCPMC, as well as Architects. So we'll be bringing back the Fire Session movement. So meaning the podcast will be returning. So yeah, guys, we'll be having a lot of fun this side. So make sure that you tune in. So for me, in this Fire Radio episode, I want to tackle the most important topic that I think we tend to overlook. And it's the topic of making sure that you're in the best place in your life. Because as you know, like Sundays, they usually say Sundays are for lovers. But then we can also switch the narrative and say Sundays is for loving yourself, And you need to ensure that all the time, you need to ensure that you're in a better place in your life, you're in a better space, you're loving yourself, you're doing what it takes to just be one with yourself. After a long week, you need to plan for another week. So guys, we just need to make sure that we're in the best place in our existence in this world, and we're in the best place as we live to make the good things in our lives. However, I also want to point out that just because they tell you that your life has to be perfect doesn't mean your life has to be filled with good things only. Perfection means acknowledge the bad things or the things that you are not good at, and also appreciating the ones that you're good at. So that is perfection, right? But before I continue, let me just give you a song, a Sunday vibe. Let me just give you a song, then we'll come back and just chop it up after.
Yo, babe. How's it, bro? Yeah, man, I'm good. Can I get you a usual? Yeah. In fact, make it a double, bro. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that song is titled Divine Prayer. That song is titled Divine Prayer 1. So yeah, guys, for me, I feel like it's a very important topic that we're talking about. Sundays for loving yourself. And as well, I would like to also send a shout out to the person who came up with the Sundays are for lovers. I think it's Mr. Mfundo Mo. Well, let me just say I first heard it on with Mfundo Mo. So yeah, guys, we are live, and then I think it's better if we just like I just give you an insight of what it takes, like my way of how I see it, like of the best way you can do by exercising the art of loving yourself. Because in most cases we tend to think that looking out for others give us a certain feeling that we can be able to love, like we can be able to see that we love ourselves just for the things that we do to other people. We end up being so addicted to that we overlook the power of loving ourselves and why it's important to love yourself. You know, I came across a video by Steve Compella saying that, you know, as a person, you need to look after your emotions. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes you can just see that you've been working hard and low-key or deep down you're craving for that pair of sneakers. You need to exercise this thing of buying that sneakers like unconsciously, because as much as we promote conscious spending, but we need to understand that looking after our emotions is the best thing that you need so that you can be able to move in a positive way, move in a positive manner, knowing that you can just do whatever it takes to move in a way that will make you be able to just produce the best results for whatever it is that you have planned. So I'm saying that to say this all the time. In isiZulu, we usually say umzimba osebenza kumele ujabule, meaning that the person who works hard also has to reward themselves. Whatever it is, others they call it guilty pleasures. Whatever it is that you do, make sure that you reward yourself. I cannot stress this much. Whatever it is that you do, make sure that you reward yourself. In any way possible, you need to learn the power of rewarding yourself. Because now the thing is, if you don't reward yourself, here's what's going to happen. The minute you get that amount of money or your salary, whatever it is that you're making money because others are hustling, and the minute you step into into your house, whatever it is, you go home, the problems that you will see there or the problems that you will encounter there will be so much that money you'll realize that there's nothing that you are going to get that will make you happy with that money. So I always say, when you get an amount of money, go buy that meal at KFC, go buy that meal at McDonald's, go buy that meal at Petros, go buy that meal at Nando's, whatever it takes. Then you can worry about the bills after, because the bills will never change. In fact, instead of them changing, they keep on increasing, you see. So you cannot change that. Yes, we do preach healthy spending because you need to learn the habits of spending wisely. But then again, also at the same time, we need to be able to preach the power of looking out for yourself and spending on yourself, So guys, make sure that you spend on yourself and you make yourself happy the best way possible. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this on the comments section. But yeah, let's go to some music and then just vibe out and then see what else that's going to be covering. As you know, Fire Radio is all about the vibes and the conversations and everything chilled. So let's go, guys. Yeah. So welcome back, guys. Welcome back. You are back with the Fire Radio. So yeah, guys. That song that you just heard was a Q-Tip. We Fight, We Love remix, the House by Den remix. So yeah, guys. Make sure that you follow us on all streaming platforms at Fire Radio, and make sure that you tune in as we're going to tackle more music, more good music, more vibes, more everything. So yeah, guys. I wanna reference something here because there's a song that I came across, a hip hop song actually by Ludacris, right? I think it's the name of the song is "This Has Been My World." There's a line there where he says, "Fans asking me what it's like to be me. I always tell them it's more good than bad. They say I want what you have. I tell them you will never have anything if you don't appreciate what you have." So I learned to appreciate all the simple things, like some good head and some fine wine. We're all going through life searching for answers, and I've been all over the world trying to find mine. I think the first two lines, the fans asking me what it's like to be me, I always say it's more good and bad. They say I want what you have, I tell them you never have shit if you don't appreciate what you have. I think those two lines sets with me so much that in everything that I do, I always keep that in mind. I always keep that in mind that for me to be able to attain more things or to attain more blessings, I need to appreciate all the little things that I have. So I usually say that when it comes to money, like the money conversation most of the time is that money is a form of zeros. We see how you are by you getting $100. How you spend $100 tells us how you're going to spend $1,000,000. So for me, it goes beyond to a point that as people, we need to understand that we have to value the little things that we have, because small wins amount to big wins. Sometimes you can just wake up and not knowing what to do. You don't have a plan, you don't have anything to do, but then you go outside and then suddenly something comes. Then you're doing it like not knowing what is going to happen, because that's the key. I think that's the beauty of life. Sometimes we tend to want to make sure that we play things safe, but then not realizing that we are sabotaging our destination. Don't try to play things safe. Don't try to play things safe. Just go with the flow. Just make sure that you go there without like knowing what is going to happen. You just go there, and then you be yourself, you express yourself, and trust me, like you will find some layers of yourself if you try something that you've never done before. And for me, I think that is a big form of loving yourself. If you are able to do that, it's like, for me, that displays a very, very serious form of loving yourself, you see. So I feel like in most cases, we as people, we tend to underestimate the power of just exploring, but not having like a picture of how an outcome would turn out to be. Because yes, we've been taught that we need to like plan all the way to the end, but then again, we also need to understand that part that sometimes the key thing for us to do is to just go out there, explore, and then see what is it about ourselves that you can uncover this time. Because guys, the key to loving yourself is always doing the things that doesn't feel comfortable. I feel like the most uncomfortable thing you can do is loving yourself. Yet the uncomfortability that you get there is what is going to yield you to loving yourself more. You can also like research the stoicism. You can also research the greatest heroes that have conquered before, your Machiavellis. You can see that they always practice the art of loving themselves, and the environment that they were living in was telling them otherwise. So I'm saying that to say this: the key to you loving yourself lies in you having to understand that you have to go out there and try things. Go outside, try things. You don't have any idea what's gonna happen, go out there and try it. As long as you're gonna come back in one piece and then you have a lesson and then you know how to move forward. That's the ultimate goal. You don't know what's going to happen, but then you have an optimistic mindset that something's gonna turn out for the best. If it doesn't, then you take it as a lesson. But then you also have to try things out. I can't stress that enough. Go outside and try things out. Guys, that's the goal for me. Like, I feel like that's the key of loving yourself. So as I said, guys, Sundays are for loving yourself. Sundays are for good music. Sundays are for good vibes. So I'm saying that to say this now. Let's make sure that we do whatever it takes, to ensure that we're in the greatest space of our lives. Because tomorrow you'll be starting a week. It's gonna be Monday. You'll be starting a week, a brand new week, and now you can't start a brand new week with the problems of last week. Yes, you tried last week and then you failed. You did something and then it didn't work out. Okay, you said you were going to diet, you couldn't diet. You ended up binging a lot of food, you ate a lot of sugar. Okay, fine, fair enough. Then let's try something new. Try again. Try something new or try again. Because think about it. There's a thin line between giving up and just continuing. The person who gives up, automatically they just relinquish the power that they had in turning their situation around. But the person who keeps on trying again, in some way, in some strange way, or somehow, they find ways, or we bring new ways to do things that is going to bring them closer to what they're looking for. Because if you think about it, guys, one would say, hey, but I spent more than 5 years in this thing. 5 years is just a small amount of time if you think about it. Like, yes, they say time moves slow sometimes, but then think about it. You spend like maybe 4 years trying to perfect something, and then you not knowing that maybe you might have to spend another 4. I was talking to this one guy yesterday who was visiting me that, the thing that most people go through, especially the ones that are in business that I've seen, is that a person will have maybe like $1 million to spend. You find that they put 100,000 rand on a business idea, then it fails maybe 7 times. Then on the 8th time, that's when that business idea starts to pay off. But then you suddenly assume that everything worked out on the first attempt that they did. But the key point there was that you have to love the business so much that the failures are the ones that keeps you going. Yes, we can't say like that you need to just always enjoy being a failure. No, obviously that's not a healthy thing, but strive to do things, strive to find more things about yourself. Okay, you've seen that this route doesn't work, find another route. Okay, you've seen that doing things this way doesn't work, find another way. Maybe you want to be in business, you see that being an introvert doesn't work, then step outside. Go outside, meet people, talk to people. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Meet people, talk to people, learn the power of saying no. I feel like when you hustle, especially those who work in sales department, they've received so much no's in their lives that they're starting to feel numb to it. There are those telecommunicators guys that I know that they always receive no's in their lives, that they are so numb to it. So as a person, you need to understand that trying new things or trying again is your form of self-love, is your form of building self-confidence. That's why I'm saying Sundays, they say Sundays are for lovers. I say Sundays is for loving yourself. And guys, I can't preach this enough. Go outside and try new things. Go outside and try again. Yes, you failed. We know you failed. Okay, fine, fair enough. Go outside and try again. Try again. Because now, what is going to happen is that if you don't try again, you don't get to live the life that you've always wanted to live. But then if you try and then don't make it, if you try again, you don't make it, you were able to get closer where you wanted to be. Yes, not all of us, like I always say this, we are not guaranteed that all of us are going to make it, but it wouldn't hurt if we try. So try again as much as you can, guys. Try again. That's the most important thing. Try again and embrace the discomforts, guys, because I can't stress this enough. We tend to we love things that comes with the silver platter so much that we end up thinking that the good things that we are designated to achieve are going to come in the form of them being for us in a good space. No, guys, you have to do it when you don't want to do it. So you have to wake up when you don't want to wake up. Switch off that TikTok, switch off that Instagram, switch off that Facebook. Delete them or at least hide them. Wake up, write the chapter, write that page, vent out, use your journal on your phone, do that 10 push-ups, wait do the intermittent fasting. Maybe you want to fast, do the intermittent fasting, do it. But then that's the key, do it, because now if you do it, you'll be also unlocking new things about yourself. So that's why I'm saying that you need to understand that part, that you can't do it perfectly. There's never a right time to perfect something. There's never a right time to perfect something. And I always stress that there's never a right time to perfect it, because if you want it perfect, then trust me, it's not gonna happen. And when it does happen, it's gonna happen in a way that you will not be satisfied, because you've already crippled yourself or crippled your mind that it has to be perfect. Nothing is guaranteed to be perfect. No one guaranteed a perfect life to us. If we're being honest, even the word of the Most High doesn't guarantee the perfect life for us. But the perfect life comes from you understanding the good things about yourself and embracing them, and also understanding the things that you are not good at. And just because you are not good at something doesn't mean you are bad in it. And I want you guys to understand that. So let me just, as I go out, I will see you next time. Please make sure you tune in on Fire Radio for good vibes, good conversation, and good everything. Peace.